Oh hey there NOVASTORMers, and welcome to a Wi-Fi battle against Hmado and Marshall. And you may be wondering why I'm not on this battle here. Well, for starters, I'm gonna be narrating all of these battles we've had on our little tournament here. And this battle here is actually in the very last group on round 1. And since some of these people were American based and some others were European based, some of these battle has been skipped, and it just looks a bit weird on this little bracket here. But well, whatever. Hmado and Marshall had their battle, and I'm gonna be narrating 2 of their battles since they didn't had, well, of course they didn't have their third battle since well, you can just find out what happens in this this battle video here. So now let's get on with the teams here. So Hmado is going to be using 3 fire types, 1 electric type and 1 steel type. Now as you can see, he's going to be really weak against Marshall's Excadrill. So he has really only Charizard and Hydreigon to take care of his Excadrill. And his Charizard is also going to be his Mega Form, so you can pretty much guess what the form is going to be. So he has actually 5 weaknesses to ground. So and he didn't really came prepared for this little tournament here. We kind of washed it into it. We wanted to practice a little bit and see how it went out and yeah. So anyway, with that being said, I don't think there's anything else to say, so let's just get on to the battle. Yeah. Cool. So due to request from Hmado wanting a music background, I'm gonna be using Kid Icarus Uprising boss battle theme as his music background, and I'm probably also gonna be using the same theme for every other battles. So Hmado is gonna be leaning off with his Dual Blade and use a priority Shadow Sneak to kill off Alakazam, but since Dual Blade doesn't really have that great of a attack stat, he's not going to be able to take care of the Alakazam, and Alakazam is going to be able to kill off his Dual Blade with a Shadow Ball. So he's going to switch out his Charizard to kill off his opponent's Alakazam, Marshall's Alakazam, and Marshall is going to switch into his Charizard to counter Hmado's Charizard. But Hmado is going to switch out into his Electivire to take on whatever moves his Charizard is going to use, and he's going to be using Air Slash for some weird reason, I don't know. So Hmado is going to predict a switch out and use Crush Chop, but that didn't really work out, even though he got a critical hit. And now Marshall is going to be using Focus Blast on Gigabyte, but it doesn't kill, so Hmado is going to be able to take out Marshall's Charizard with a Thunder Punch. I haven't really been watching this video for long, so I don't really know what other Pokemon is going to come in, but it's going to switch into his Furfrou, and Electivire is going to kill that off with a Crush Chop, since that was only like 5 seconds that Furfrou was in, so it's understandable that I forgot. Now it's going to switch into his Excadrill. Now Hmado is going to have a really rough time taking out his Excadrill, so he's going to end up using Voice of Life, his Hydreigon, and of course Excadrill doesn't have Mold Breaker, so Levitate is gonna be effective against his Excadrill. So Excadrill is gonna be switched out into Aerodactyl, as Hmado is gonna be using Fire Blast, predicting really nothing since he's very unpredictable as he has understood by now. So Hydreigon is gonna be switched out into his Electivire, predicting anything really going on, since he wanted to death fodder his Electivire, I believe so. So Marshall is gonna Mega Evolve his Aerodactyl and use Dragon Claw on Gigabyte to take care of his should I call him Gigabyte or should I call him Electivire? I don't know. I'm gonna call him by the nicknames. So he's gonna switch into his Blaziken and Mega Evolves, possibly trying to take care of Mega Aerodactyl. And Mega Aerodactyl is gonna use Fly. So you would be sitting there, why would he use Fly? Well, actually he's gonna use High Jump Kick. Hmado's gonna use High Jump Kick, yep. And he is also going to stay in using Power Up Punch. So yeah, I'm also sitting here thinking like, why? So yeah. So his Mega Base again is gonna die, and Mega Aerodactyl is also gonna take care of his Charizard. Since obviously it is very fast, and it's gonna take care of his Charizard normally. And it's also gonna make a second hit with a Stone Edge on his Typhlosion, so Typhlosion is also gonna die. So now his Hydreigon Voice of Light is gonna enter, and Mega Evidex is gonna use Dragon Claw on Hydreigon, but it's not gonna be able to take care of Hydreigon. So Hydreigon is gonna use Outrage and kill off Mega Aerodactyl. So yeah, he probably thought that somehow his other Pokemon could kill it off if by a lucky Stone Edge miss or whatever. Now Marshall is gonna switch his Greninja out into play, and he's gonna use Taunt for some weird reason, since Hmado's gonna be locked to Outrage. So yeah, but anyway, he's gonna die after Lifeform, and that will be the game. And Marshall wins the first round. So into the second round here, they are going to be leading off with different Pokemons, as Hmado is going to lead off with Blaziken, and Marshall is going to be leading off with Greninja. So Hmado is going to be forced to switch out his Blaziken into Voice of Life and take a Surf or whatever. Now he could be using Ice Beam, but he switched his Greninja out for some weird reasons, as Greninja usually outspeeds Hydreigon. Well, I would say easily. So he's gonna use Outrage on the Alakazam switching, and Alakazam is obviously gonna die, since Hydreigon also has a pretty decent attack stat, and Outrage is really powerful. So in comes Furfrou, and it's gonna use Return on Hydreigon, as Hmado is still being locked into Outrage. And Voice of Light is gonna still be locked into Outrage, a third Outrage, so Furfrou is gonna be able to take out his Hydreigon due to Life Orb Record and stuff like that. So in comes Blaziken, and Marshall is going to be forced to switch out into his Charizard, predicting a fighting type move, and Hmado is going to be using Power Up Punch to raise his attack stat on his on Marshall's Charizard. So, but he doesn't really have anything to do on Charizard, so it's going to be switching out into Gigabyte, predicting whatever move he wanted to use, and Hmado is still gonna predict something else to come in onto Gigabyte, but that ends up not being the case, and Charizard is gonna be using a Flamethrower on Gigabyte. Gigabyte is still being able to lift whatever move Charizard is gonna dish out and kill it off with a Thunder Punch as usual. So now here comes the problem. Escadrille comes in, and in comes the Charizard from Hmado's side, and Escadrille is going to use Earthquake, since Charizard has the Flying type, but he is going to Mega Evolve into the Charizard X, and Marshall is going to be using Rock Slide, as Hmado probably predicted a Rock Slide anyway, but he ends up getting a Flinch, and he's going to be outspeeding his Mega Charizard X, and that's pretty much the game, since Escadrille is pretty much gonna sweep everything on Hmado's team, since he has nothing else to take a Earthquake from an Escadrille, since he lost his Hydreigon. So yeah, that is pretty much the game, and therefore Hmado has lost the round 1 of the tournament, and Marshall is further on again. So that will be the game, and I will see you next time.